a full crowd, and we have a number of people visiting today, so I'm going to get going. I'd like to welcome Assistant District Governor Mark Zalewski. He's been here before, but this is his first as solo. Yeah,
I'm solo today.
Yeah, he's solo. He was with Larry last time he was here. So welcome. I didn't know if you had anything you'd like to say. Or?
No, not really. I'm just kind of first time around seeing you guys. I'd like to kind of get out here every 3-4 months if I can. Kind of going forward and let you know what's happening elsewhere in the district. There's something that's just. I was just thinking about it. I was coming out here because Oconomowoc is a club I go to, and then my club, which is Umbro. We've got a Packer raffle. I don't remember the old Packer raffle. Yeah. Road to the Super Bowl. Bob Lund still have his tickets, so we've been auctioning those off. And, if you want to get in on that, you got to let me know today because tomorrow's the drawing. So I can make sure I can get you in there. And then the other thing that I'm aware of is Oconowoc's got a bike event going on Saturday, leaving out of the brewery in Oconomowoc. Raise money for the bike trail and kind of finish the paving of the bike trails to the west. So if anybody's decided to check the Oconomowoc email for Oconomowoc. That's kind of what I got.
All right, thank you. And today we have the fire department and Chief Stein and associated guests and what have you. And so I'm going to have Chief Stein come up and introduce the people he's brought along with him.
Hi, everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you again for inviting us here and the reason that we're here for today. Just a couple quick announcements. Reminder, the 9/11 ceremony is on Sunday at 8:30. We'll be monitoring the weather because it seems there may be some weather issues. If there is, we'll push that out to everybody. But once again, it's at Parkview by the Flagstaff there. Another announcement, as a reminder, October 15th is our open house. It's the Saturday at the end of Fire Prevention Week. So that's 10 to 2. We got several events that will be going on, food trucks and such like that. So please pass the word around there, watch on Facebook, getting that information out too. So with that, first I'd like to introduce Assistant Chief Andy Wagner. Woo! One of my full-time staff, firefighter, critical care paramedic Lindsay Fickow. And the individual that's here to do an inspection is Amanda Pierce.
All right, Chief. Well, really, Amanda, the reason you're here is because you've been chosen by your peers and your chief to be Fire Person of the Year. And so we're proud to be here to acknowledge that to the club and to your peers in your group. And I would like to have you come up here. We once a year we choose someone to do this, and we'd like to be able to offer a unwrap award for outstanding fire rescue service professional.
Awesome, thank you.
Also, in addition to that, Amanda, we through the Rotary Foundation plan to have a donation to the fund, the Rotary International, to inoculate 25 children for polio in your honor.
Awesome. Thank you.
Chief, is there one of you that has a
Oh, we got all kinds of information for you.
All right.
Don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So just to give you a little background on Amanda, she started with the department back in March of 2012. I started in November of 2011, so we're pretty close to being there. One thing that we can say about Amanda, she started out as a paid on call, and just to define that again, is an individual that is basically on call at nighttime every third night. All right, they wear a pager like this. There's no pay for that until they respond on the call. So, you know, just getting her dedication started there. She went through and got her firefighter certifications and her EMS certifications, EMT basic. And then she transitioned into basically the paid on premise status, which means that now they're actually two part-time, they're at the station working hourly. They're physically there responding to 2 incidents and such. And what I can say about Amanda, she's been a godsend to this fire department in the sense of the dedication and the commitment that she has. She has worked part-time at a couple other departments, but she basically works 4 12-hour shifts a week here for us, because that's kind of the maximum that she can do. And I know she'd do more if she could. So, you know, that's the best thing I can say, is that she's one of the core outside of, you know, my chiefs and officers and my full-time staff that really helped this department run and be able to respond to calls, because we all deal with staffing shortages. One thing I know, as these two know too, is that it's somebody that we can count on 4 days a week, and that's important, because sometimes there's only 3 of us there, and that's a struggle. So with that, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're awesome. Appreciate it. And I know Chief Wagner probably has a couple comments he would like to speak.
I have to echo that. I'm in the same role really as Amanda. I'm paid on call. I work for a school district full time, and in my day yesterday, I left work twice to go to calls and make that time up somewhere else. Okay? There's not a lot of us in our community that are left to do that, and Amanda's one of them too. She may work 4 days a week here in a part-time capacity for our district, for our community. However, the other night we had a structure fire, and she came in for that call, which was above and beyond. And those are the types of things. Parking cars at Maxwell Street, she's there above and beyond. So it's the dedicated people like Amanda that help keep us moving. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chief.
And Lindsay, I know you've got something.
Amanda makes my job easy. She knows what she's doing, and it makes my job super easy in stressful times to have a reliable person like her to get things done. So she's awesome.
There you go.
And now,
And she's
many
an
words.
07 Mukwonago graduate as well.
It's nice we have somebody senior enough that remember that.
All right.
So is this your full part-time job, or you have another part-time job, or
This is my part-time, full-time
is
job.
your part-time, full-time job?
Part-time of 48 hours. Is
Well,
that what you said? Or is
Yeah.
that?
Yes.
are you just on call for 12 hours and you only get paid if you get called?
No, I get paid the 12 hours.
Okay.
I'm working.
She's on.
Yeah, so
I'm
basically,
at the station.
the way that we're set up, our work week is, full-time work week is considered a 56-hour week because we're a fire department. So that way they can work up to 112 hours in 2 weeks. So she does 4 12-hour shifts. You know, this is why we're pushing pretty hard, and you're going to see more information coming out as we talked about last week on the staffing referendum. So please, I can just can tell you to get out and vote, but these are some of the struggles that we have, and we're very limited on individuals that do what Amanda can do and provide that time commitment to us. So we're very appreciative.
So you're at the station for 48 hours and that's considered part-time?
Yes. So she does, like, she'll do 6 A to 6 P, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, on a general. I mean, she does have the flexibility to move those dates around, just how they fall into the paper.
Just have one question, from your journey, 2007 as a graduate of Washington High School to now, what led you to this, standing up here today, to be a firefighter and made that choice for your life to do what you do?
To be honest, I was always curious where the sirens went.
That's cool.
There's no cool story behind it.
Okay.
I mean, 9/11 kind of pushed me too, but that was a little bit after.
Oh, she picked the red side, so she's good.
I have a question. For people that have never worked in an EMS setting, if someone was to explore that, how much time commitment if they were going to do it as just on call in terms of the training and things like that? What do you expect, or what is mandatory for those people to?
Well, the new people we're bringing on now,
Yeah.
They do an orientation process just to get going, usually with myself, and that's roughly 6 weekends that we work together. And then they're brought into the Department of Running it every third night. And then with that, then if they don't have the physical trainings, they're going to need to go to EMT school, which is a full semester plus. And they're looking at making that a year in the future. And then firefighter 1 is our other basic minimum, and that's another full semester. So we usually say it takes us 18 months to 2 years to make a good firefighter EMT for the community. And then right after that, we have a lot of people that are transitioning into the paramedic role. And from that, in 3 years, we're kicking out a brand new firefighter paramedic. And guess what? We're not hanging on to them because there's multiple communities out there that are looking for full-time staff. So we are that breeding ground, training ground in this community. We reap the benefits of the people that we train while they're here, but we don't have enough to hold them here a lot of times.
And is that a state mandated curriculum that they must complete in order to serve in the capacity of as a rescue squad officer?
So they are meeting state requirements in the training that they obtain. We have chosen for many years to be a cross-training department, being fire and EMS.
Right.
Obviously, we run about 90% EMS and 10% fire. However, we do allow some people to be in one category only. And if they go to the one category of EMS only, then they need to go to a higher level of standard to stay with our department. Vice versa, on the fire side, we want them to be a firefighter equipment operator, minimum. So,
I think the biggest thing to take in, since just so we all know, for the professions and the things that we are or were involved with, the schooling that we did for that and the time that it took for us to be good at it. And what Chief Wagner is saying, we have a 18 to 20 month probation for them to get through their Fire 1 and their EMT basic. But to really be good at it takes several years. So you're taking 2 years to develop them, and then for them, and if really how do you develop is being very committed to it. Running a couple calls a week takes a lot longer for them to be good at it. So just like what Lindsay said, one thing that we can say about Amanda is she's taken on that commitment. She's taken on those classes, and she's taking Fire Officer 1 now. Is that she's devoted herself to it, and she's become very good at it, and we can feel comfortable in situations that we're able to address the things at a paramedic level, where on the EMT basic level she can handle all that stuff, because there's multiple things going on at both a fire or medical emergency. So that's the biggest thing that people got to understand. Not only the availability of people in the community to want to take in this because of the training requirements, and it really is a job, and there's not a whole lot of compensation for it, but the backside of it is the development of the individual and how long that actually takes.
Amanda, we've heard from the boss in terms of this referendum coming up and such. From somebody who's out there doing all the work, 4 days a week, far as staffing and dealing with that and such, from your perspective, can you give us a perspective on, you know, you wish you had somebody else going out there with you and all that?
Yeah, we need more people. We need more people, more quality people. I mean, it's really tough going to a car accident with 3 people and expecting to do all the fire side, making sure the scene is safe and everything, and then the patients, and then hopefully there's not more than 1 patient because we only have 3 people and we're waiting on mutual aid, and just need more help.
Is that a people shortage or is that a financial commitment that we can't meet? Like, are there people in training?
Currently, yeah, we do. We've seen where we would, I think we were doing about 18 to 20 recruits a year, which was pretty good. The problem is we've seen 18 to 20 people leave. Either they have a kid, they go back to school, they move jobs. You know, there's many different things. They just don't meet the cut. The problem is in the last couple of years, there's been such a hiring explosion with full-time departments, and obviously that's what a lot of people want. There is a reason they come to McWanago is for the experience, because they are looking for a full-time position. Problem is we haven't had the ability to offer that to them and to retain them. So that's what we're kind of looking for, is an opportunity to be able to retain the ones that are really good quality, because we do have very good people. I mean, I sit here and I'm sure Chief Wagner is the same way. We see people go that are awesome, and we know we did a good job with them. Problem is, we're sad to see them go because we can't pay them, or you know what I mean. If there was opportunities to pay them 24 hours a day, you know, or obviously the addition of some full-time staffing, because what we're seeing is the reliance, just like we talked a little bit about last week, reliance on paid on call and paid on premise used to be up here, because, you know, if the history of the fire department, it was volunteer, then it's part-time, or what we call paid on call, and then you see paid on premise. You've seen this transition go, and it's really being pushed towards full-time because of the requirements, the time commitment, and the pay that's associated with it. So it's very difficult to retain paid on call staff or paid on premise staff when you're paying them less than, you know, fast food or those types of things. You know, it's difficult in that sense. But the reliance has gone now to having full-time as the core, the reliability thing. We don't want to eliminate paid on call and paid on premise, because there is a benefit to that, because that is additional staffing that then can support the full-time staff on stuff.
The demographic of our department has changed. I started in '92. We had 50 members, and they were all community residents. Mm-hmm. Today, we probably have less than 20 community residents, close to the same amount of members, but we have a lot of people coming from outside communities here. They're coming here for the training. They're not able to be here all the time. That's why we have less people coming back for the larger calls. We're reliant more on mutual aid now than we ever were. We used to be the one giving mutual aid to everybody else. We still do, but we strap ourselves sometimes by trying to help somebody else, and we have to protect our own community at the same time.
Andy, talking about getting community residents involved, and you would remember this, but you know, I'm not sure if Amanda was part of this program in high school, but WCTC used to have an agreement with the fire departments and their local school districts for getting students started in a firefighter program.
Enrollment.
Do you still do that?
Yep, that's still available. The waiting list for dual enrollment for students, and yeah, you can talk to this. It's crazy big, especially in the fire EMS side. They'll take, I think, 25 kids, but like when my son went there for welding 2 years ago, there were 60 kids trying to get into that dual enrollment for the whole county. So you might get 1 or 2 in it from one.
And we offer support for that program. Just unfortunately, we don't get the interns or the student with us. We have had a couple that have done some ride time with us, but you know, obviously many of the departments in the county support that program, and they get placed around that way. But just because it is so competitive.
So you're 48 hours even on premise, is that in part-time? So the difference between part-time and full-time is benefits
Pretty much.
and pay? So she's working 48 hours a week, but she's not getting all the
And,
benefits.
well, she's not
Right.
mandated to be there 48 hours either.
Okay.
Where the full-time staff are contracted to be there set hours, set days. She has the opportunity to work 48 hours if she'd like to.
She could work less if she had.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, the way our minimum POP level is that they only have to work 2 12-hour shifts in a 2-week period.
Okay.
Obviously, she's chosen this because of different reasons,
Yeah.
but the one benefit, and unfortunately, once again, this is a budgetary and we struggle with that, is she is provided with WRS, the retirement system, in the state of Wisconsin, but no, she gets offered the health insurance due to the amount of hours. They have to work minimum of 1,200 to be offered that information. But the downside of that is it's prorated, so there is a higher cost onto the employee. So,
Not to give you any ideas, but there is the risk that Waukesha says we got a full-time position, whatever, and we're looking, right? I mean, same with the school district. has the same thing.
there is, I mean, we have many people, and I encourage it, I really do, because that's what they want to do. Once again, love the development side of it, but it's heart aching when you see somebody of this quality go somewhere else. But yeah, we've lost several people to, we may lose 6 a year to
And we
full-time
have people
positions.
not just in this state, but we have people as far as Las Vegas and
Yep.
other departments that our members have gone to
Memphis.
because they moved on to a better career or a different career, different community.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to, I don't live in the community, obviously I live over in Greendale, but I will say to you that nothing could really give you an appreciation, quality of the people in departments, than actually having to use your services, which I found out about 3 months ago. And the professionalism is just outstanding, and I assume that's across the board. Thank you for what you do.
Chief?
Yes.
Yeah, again, going just back from my memory in that.
Sure.
As you mentioned, there's a lot of support tasks, both on rescue squad and on the fire department. To finish out, become an EMT, or to complete the fire service. I mean, there were a lot of jobs that had to be done, or traffic control at the scene. Whether, sometimes the sheriff's department, police are there, sometimes they're not. So you have to help them get tools out of the equipment, helping lift a gurney. And there's tasks that can be done. Maybe there needs to be another set of pool of individuals that you can tap into that are willing to come to the scene. I remember, like Tischman, we had first responders. They were there. Now maybe there was only 1 or 2 or 3, but they were invaluable at times. Just keeping traffic or helping get our equipment around. Could we not maybe try to think about having that where they're not required to complete all of that training? Because that's been a detriment in a way that somebody says, well, that's a lot of commitment to continue on to go to the scene. Or am I wrong about that approach?
Well, I will tell you, when I started in 1990, I went to the fire station in Rockton and talked to the chief, and the chief said, you come train with us for 2 weeks, here's your gear. The difference now is there's requirements, state requirements. To be on the scene, to operate the equipment, is that there's those demands and requirements. And we as a department, like I said, because of the almost 2,400 calls that we do, we need people that are available for those types of things. I have nothing against a retired individual coming back that has their MPO certification that would want to drive for us.
I just saw my next job.
We do offer a cadet program, which is kind of lacking at this moment. Didn't have a whole lot of interest in it. We haven't really been able to get it off the ground just because of, once again, time commit for the staff that we currently have to kind of really build that strong. But that was kind of what we were using the cadets for, is if there was a call, they could come in. We pay you because we want to make sure that you get workman's comp if you do get hurt. We feel very strong about that, like police making sure that they're taken care of. But they would come in and help with hose cleanup and things like that. But the difference between then and now is just the state statutes and the requirements that individuals have to, you know, be in those hot zones and those different types of things.
Right, blame it on the lawyers.
Probably.
It's
No, the
a
politicians.
good thing, but it's also a negative thing when
Yeah.
when you try to work that out. And what you find is, or what we find probably with maybe 5–10% of the people that we bring on, even though as much as Chief Wagner tries to explain to them about the time commitment, the classes, and the different things that are the expectations that we have here, is that it really doesn't work out for them. Some will switch to the blue side, some will go to pre-hospital, some just get out of it altogether. You know, they can't, the stress is very high, and some people just aren't able to deal with that. Yeah.
I can guarantee every group we bring on of 3 people, we lose one within 3 months.
Yeah.
And
At
it's
least.
just, it's not for them. Within 1 year, life changed, they got a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and that changed. There's a lot of, I mean, we're bringing on a lot of young people that haven't even learned to be an adult yet. And so they're really getting a taste of life.
In our experience level, probably minus the full-timers, or the POPs and the paid on calls, you're probably looking 5 to 7 years. I mean,
Less than that.
Andy's a unique, Chief Huntai's unique, 30+ years. Amanda's, on her 10th year. You don't get that development when they get that development. Like I say, God bless them. They got to do what they got to do to survive, and they leave. So for that opportunity, I can't blame them for it. Absolutely not. Miss them. Can't blame them for it.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
You don't want to say anything else?